Welcome to the channel, and in this video we do a ship tour and a brief review of Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. Embarkation was quite a smooth experience, and as always there's a sense of excitement when you're boarding a ship. You probably know by now, but there's no main dining room on Virgin Voyage ships. It's all speciality dining, and we booked our restaurants for the 5 nights. So the first of those bookings on Deck 5 was Pink Agave, which is a Mexican restaurant. There was a nice feel to this restaurant. The ambience, the lighting, the background music, it all made it feel really comfortable. The food, the cocktails and the service also were all top notch. Thank you, cheers, thank you. Very good, very good. Oh, there she is. Customer services were located just outside Pink Agave and just next to the redemption spa. I thought it was a bit of an odd location to be placed on the ship, but they were very good also. So next up is the redemption spa. Now we didn't really spend any time here, but it's very modern in design. It has a thermal suite, a mudroom, salt room, sauna, steam room, hot and cold plunge pools, although there didn't seem to be much steam coming from those hot pools. Last but not least on Deck 5 is Razzle Dazzle, which is an American diner. Now this may not be such a big deal for you Americans, but for us Brits, we love an American diner. We went to this restaurant on the last night of the cruise, and they must have tried to impress us because the starters kept on coming, and the main course, the lamb shank, was probably the largest lamb shank I've ever seen. Wash that down with a few drinks, throw in dessert, and we were in a full-blown food coma. We didn't even have the energy to go out after dinner. Let's get back to the ship tour, Deck 6 and the High Street. There's a range of beauty shops, there's Squid Ink where you can actually have a tattoo on the ship, there's the Dry Dock where you can have a cut and blow dry, although that does not apply to me. And we have the usual array of jewellery, handbag and watch shops. On the left there is the Virgin gift shop, which sells all things Virgin, even your £10 keyring. Just tucked in behind the central staircase there is a cocktail bar called On the Rocks. There was always a good atmosphere here and some decent live music. A few more high street shops, which look like beauty, skincare and fragrance, as well as women's lifestyle and fashion. This brings us midship on deck 6 to the Test Kitchen restaurant. We didn't eat here as we were only sailing for 5 nights, but had we had an extra night we would definitely have eaten in this place. It definitely had the look and feel of a large kitchen, whereby your chefs prepared the food in front of you. It appears to be quite a unique menu, and from what I understand it can be described as where food meets science. Let's move on to the casino. Now this wasn't the largest casino I've seen on a ship, so you know it got quite busy, quite lively, and in the casino was the entrance to the Manor nightclub. This was typically early night in the casino. And on the right just there is the nightclub, where we go on and spend a few hours. The Wake was another stunning restaurant on deck 6, and the staircase was grander than that one in the centre of the ship. This steakhouse was very elegant in design, and the views at the back were just stunning. We had a great meal in this restaurant, and I'll just throw up the menu for you. I chose the roasted bone marrow, the New York strip, and for dessert I had the Wake, which was a chocolate mousse. And Lisa's choice was razor clam chowder, pan roasted salmon, and the lemon cheesecake. So here we are on deck 7, now let's take a stroll from the front of the ship to the back of the ship. This area at the back of the ship, directly above the wake, is actually called the dock. This is a super chilled out area. There's plenty of comfortable seating and it's a nice place to grab a bite to eat. The dockhouse is another unique space on this ship. It's a very relaxed lounge and it's also a live venue. We're now moving towards the middle of the ship, and this area is called the Social Club. Here you can order food and drink, watch some sport, play some air hockey or table football, or you can stop by the Retro Arcade. This is another of those Instagram areas on the ship. Here we are back at the staircase on deck 7, and what is going on?
Hey, what's going on? I love it. Okay, here's song number 2. Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. What do you think it is? It's a yo-yo, yes! Oh yeah, sing it everybody. Do the little dance, yo-yo. Oh wow, I said dance, isn't it? Definitely they only do that in Portland. Okay, here is song number 3. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun and I say, yes, it's all right, do-do-do-do. You win a free shirt! That's for you, my darling. Take a drink, yes. Congratulations, everybody. Give it up for our fabulous contestants. You did that, my darling. Yes, you did. Now, friends.
This very elegant champagne lounge is called the Sip Bar. This was a very popular venue, and you can see why, with its comfortable curved seating and those giant porthole windows. Just beyond this venue was the Red Room Theatre, so it is always the natural gathering place before a show. This is what the Sip Lounge looks like on Scarlet Night. The Red Room Theatre is a transformational multi-form theatre. This basically means that they can move the stage and the seats around for a more immersive experience for the audience. We managed to see 2 shows on this cruise. Those were Dual Reality and Ships in the Night. which were a combination of storytelling, acrobatics and dance. Again, Virgin have put their own stamp of originality into these shows. They are far from your standard West End shows that you see on other cruise lines, but captivating nonetheless. That's enough entertainment for now. We're on deck 15 at the Galley and we're back on food. This is the buffet and there are several choices of food counters throughout the day. We ate breakfast here most days and we were never disappointed with the selection of food. It was quite a large venue covering both sides of the ship, and we always managed to get a seat inside, although there was also a seating section outside on the back of the ship. This is Lisa pretending to want some healthy food. I do like an early morning run, but it just didn't happen on this ship, and this was mainly down to overindulgence on most nights. But here we are on the runway on deck 17, which is mainly dedicated to the running track as well as an active wellness and relaxation area called the Perch. You can catch an aerobics, yoga or dance class at the Perch, or you can just sunbathe. Or if you're mad enough to go for a run in the sun, it's about 255 metres per lap. So let's complete this lap and then we'll go and check out the Perch. Just below the running track here are the private cabanas that can be hired out. I believe it's 8 hours a day and it costs $350 to hire these things out. Now by the looks of it, you get a view of the sea, a comfy lounger and a bit of privacy. Now you can grab a comfy lounger most places on the ship. There are many places you can sit and just watch the sea. And if you want privacy, you've got your balcony. So why would you pay that kind of money? By the looks of things, these guys are learning some kind of dance routine. The pool area looks really cool in these shots. There looks like there's plenty of space for everyone, and the loungers around the pool look really inviting. The truth of the matter is it's not very busy right now, but we'll show you shortly what it's like when it is busy. The Jacuzzi Hot Tub and bar area also looks fantastic. In reality though, there's not a spare lounger in sight, and the swimming pool was always packed because it was just too small for this size ship, and you couldn't actually swim because it was too shallow. Oh look, there's a solitary single spare lounger. These stalls were just space fillers, they were never used. And who'd want to sit there and stare at the wall? Both sides of the ship here, through the glass panels, were fitness areas, and we think that this would be better placed somewhere else on the ship. After all, this should be the Lido deck, where people can come and relax in the sun. This place is just an adult's playground. Gunbae is Korean and translates into cheers, and this is Virgin Voyages Korean barbecue restaurant. You'll notice that every table has a hot plate in the centre of it, and the curved seating is designed to maximise social engagement. They'll generally sit 6 people together, and between courses we'll partake in the odd drinking game. And overall, this is another great dining experience. That's our ship tour and brief review of Scarlet Lady. So Virgin are a relatively new brand. They've got a lot of things right and there are some unique experiences, but we feel there are areas that can be improved on. There's only 4 ships in the fleet, and I'd imagine there'll be more in the near future, and maybe they will follow suit with the other cruise companies and build bigger and better.